Lever 4, when it comes to these levers for operational excellence, is measure it. Now, I recently interviewed Benj Miller, who is a business coach, and he has a new book that just got released called Renegades. It's a book for founders. And he talks about that there's dignity in letting your people know whether they are winning or not. And so when I read in your book that there is a fundamental drive in humans, we want to win, so we keep score. I can't help but think that some of the most effective roles that I ever filled were ones in which there was a clear scoreboard and one that I could, see my metrics on. So you told a story in the book about that kind of illustrates this, and it's a team bowling story. Do you want to tell that a little bit here?
Okay. So one of my colleagues at Chick-fil-A did this while I was there, and it was, man, what a fascinating, eye-opening experience. So they approached a bunch of the entry-level folks, kind of store employees at various places around the Atlanta area, and said, hey, you've done a great job. So we have a bonus opportunity for you. We're going to pay you to come on Sunday when the restaurants are closed, and we're going to pay you to come bowling and do kind of a bonus team building activity. And they're like, that's awesome. So give them the location. They show up, they, pick out their shoes and their ball, and they go and they come to the end where we have our lanes reserved. And they discover that we have covered over the screens with paper, and you got like PVC pipe and a curtain, and covered the pins so a ball would roll through, but you couldn't see the pins. They basically eliminated the score from the game of bowling. And they said, hey, we already signed you up, right? Will, you're first, Scott, you're second. Like, here you go. Go bowl, have fun. And they're like, really? Like, okay. And so they start bowling. And about an hour into it, they're picking up a ball and shoving it down the lane and picking. And one of the brave guys is like, hey, how long do we have to do this? And like, we'll have to. It's a bonus opportunity. We'll pay you for the hour you've been here. Don't worry about it. You guys can go. And he's like, yeah, I think I got some stuff I should do. And starts taking off his shoes, and people are like, oh, we can go. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to go too. And so when they're all kind of cleaning up, my buddy went and ripped down the paper, and he goes down to get the PVC pipe, and the sheet comes back, and they're all, of course, staring at the screen and now talking excitedly. And I think it was the same brave guy picked up a ball and was like, well, I'm going to throw one now, and starts chucking it. And they're like, wait, can we keep playing? And they're like, oh, you guys, you want to play with the score now? Oh yeah, sure. You can keep playing. They stayed another 2 hours once the score was revealed. See, what the moral of the story, Will, is, well, there's two morals. The first is that bowling is manual labor, right? Like, let's be honest. You're picking up a heavy object, you're pushing it down a chute, and they keep getting back. Non-jokingly, the moral of the story is this. Man, when you remove the score, you literally can't pay people to do that activity. Like an hour in, they're like, I'm sorry, I got better things to do. This is boring. You add a score, and they will pay you to do the activity. Humans have a deep, innate drive to take even manual labor, boring drudgery tasks and turn them into a fun game with skill and nuance and interest. And it was the same environment, man. Same shoes, same ball, same people. And the only change was they had a score or they didn't have a score. And most of our jobs are even more interesting than that. But man, a score just kind of robs the joy out of it. And so, yeah, we became huge believers in how do we provide real time if possible. And I would say for some businesses, maybe it's daily. A lot of people can even get away with a weekly score. But if you don't at least once a week give your team a score, well, man, it just sucks the joy out of it, and it becomes just drudgery.